All right. Well, first and foremost, let me do one of a few things here. So, I mean, hold tight with me here. Um, jumping, jumping on some shit right now. I apologize, man. I had a lot of shit going on, so just bear with me here while I fix some stuff, get some shit together. Don't go nowhere. Y'all just stay here. Just stay right here. We tuned in. What's up, EB? Hang with me. Hang with me. Hang with me. Hang with me. I'll be right back. Hang with me. Don't go nowhere. Share the live. I'm just gonna get the lights. I just got your message, bro. I'm going live right now. If you want to join in. Yeah. We here. I just got one more team. One more team. Where's my TV remote at? Get back to that. Yeah. So while we grooving, I want to let everybody know I appreciate y'all for taking the patient time to be in this attendance. I also want to say a huge apology for yesterday's actions, yo. I spent a lot of time working on shit to get things up to par, making sure that, you know, my sound quality was sounding right, and working on everything for presentations and, you know, doing promotion. I spent a lot of that time doing promotion, and I had to do a submission for Beat of the Week at the same time. So I fell asleep at about 5:30, but I set an alarm to be ready to go to get up at 7 for the show. So I was really upset when I didn't get a chance to go. I'm a little upset. I was upset with myself about that. So, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, yo, I really have to say I apologize for not being in full attendance. EB, what's happening, bro?
What's happening, Mr. Gods?
Can't call it, man. I'm waiting for my guy to step in here, man. My guy just came through, hit me up and let me know that he was available today. That was a couple of hours ago, though, so I'm hoping that he's still on. I'm trying to get an interview in with him.
Yeah.
But I figured while I have you here, while I'm in here, I wanted to get on with him, you know, and while I got him going, you know what I mean, I could chill with you for a minute.
All
What's
right,
happening?
cool.
What's happening?
Nothing much, man. Just getting some work in, man.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Keep
Yeah,
working on that work.
it's been a busy week.
Okay, what you got
Yeah,
going on this week?
crazy, man. We've been working on project after project, like crazy video shooting and all of that type of thing. So it's been hectic, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what's
music,
up.
linking up new artists, up and coming artists, networking, just following and making that music,
Yeah, big moves, big moves. I appreciate that, yo. That's what's
Yeah,
up,
man.
man. Yeah, so
Yeah. I
it's
see you
it's a
happy
beautiful
about your
thing.
release coming out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's out there. We out there. We just released it yesterday, so everything is out and moving. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Um, getting a lot of different reviews about it. People saying different things on it. So I'm just glad that everybody's taking the time to, you know, appreciate it, you know, and
Yeah.
understand the source of its struggle. That song has been though each and every song was put under vigorous, you know, strain to get put to productions, you know what I mean? So I went through a lot of different you know, situations in order to make that those songs come to light. And
Mm.
under my difficulty as a vision impaired artist, you know what I'm saying, I've been just really working on trying to get presentation as a number one standard in front of me, you know what I mean? And by my
Okay.
standards, doing it by myself as well as being this kind of punctual requires a
Right.
lot of training and thought, and it can be exhausting at
It
times.
is.
It can
It's
be very
like,
exhausting.
yeah, it's not that easy being an independent artist, you know?
Shit.
No, it's
And
tough.
that's just, in the aspects of, any artist,
Yeah,
Dirty
of course.
Savage, what's up, bro? But
Of
like that's
course.
just in the articulous of being any kind of artist. It's not as easy.
No,
But
it's not.
to be an artist who's vision impaired and they go about their career creating whatever you hear quality wise on their
No,
own.
I salute you for that. I salute you for that.
Right. So I mean,
It's
like
big.
you talking about somebody who really does it from the ground up, like, you know what I mean? Unlike
I
most
feel you.
people, who can say, hey man, well, I mean, if it wasn't for this production sound, or if it wasn't for, this studio I go to and they shop with me and they, and all this stuff, then it would be different. But at the end of the day, like I have that kind of production behind me too, where I could go to these certain people, but I'm more or less I'm trying to get somebody else who I can depend on, you know what I mean, more
Yeah,
reliably
of
than,
course.
you know what I
A
mean,
partner.
somebody that's gonna, and they know my sound, you know what I mean,
Yeah, I
and they
feel
know
you.
my
No.
sound, the sound that I'm aiming to have, acquired, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
No.
Because not many people have that skill, and that's the whole thing. Like not many people have that kind of skill. So like I just like at this point hope that, at any given time somebody could just say, hey, listen, man, let me just pull you in right here, bro. I got you. I'm gonna take you in this booth. You know what I'm saying, over here, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna show you how this shit's supposed to sound for you right now.
I
And you
feel you.
take this motherfucking opportunity and you tear this motherfucking roof off with the shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm
I,
saying?
I relate to
Because
that. I relate to that. I think
and it's
any I
not
think any I think any up and coming artist relates to that because like
right.
everybody's looking for that like shot, you know, to have that
Absolutely,
shot,
and that's
especially the
really what it
quality.
is. Like, because especially if you could hear without hearing him on a recorded track, that if this song bitch was on a recorded track and recorded properly the way he's supposed to be, mixed and mastered properly like it's supposed to, you could hear that
Exactly.
diamond shine
Of
through
course.
all of that.
Of
Then you
course.
already know, man. You already know, like it's a given. So,
Yeah.
like that's one
But it's
thing that that's one thing that I've always been golden about. Like, there's one thing I've always been golden about, and I've actually had a lot more responses on that notion. Having a lot more, people on that one. You know what I mean?
mm,
So
mm.
it's just
Yeah, and
at this
it's
point,
it's just not that easy as well. That's just like that's why I
no,
can relate to it, because it's not like somebody's just there willing to give you that type of opportunity, or are you in that type of situation? Are you in that type of
exactly,
environment? How do they get a word? How do they get word of you? How do they know that you're out there? Because you also need to be trying
exactly.
to
And
get.
how do you
You told
do?
me.
How do you how do you get to that point? How do you get to that point without them actually saying, or without, before you get to that point where they're just like willing to do that? How do you get yourself to that point? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
where do you
that's
have
what
to
you're
go
doing.
through to get to that?
That's exactly, and
And
that's
that's
the
basically
point
what
that you're at.
that's basically why I do what I'm doing. I'm showing people that there's a process to this shit.
No,
There's a
for real.
process to this shit. Beach World, what's happening, man? But it just is what it is. Like, and I keep telling people all the time, like, I do what I'm doing for the sake of the fact that the artists that I know, like that I deal with like on a regular basis, I meet, and I'm not saying I met personally, because a lot of the artists that I chill with we talk on a regular basis on this live stream that we're on here with the Peasy
Mm.
Show, we've never met in person. But if you listen to our conversations, we sound like we've been talking for a long ass time,
I
you
feel you.
know,
I feel you.
and that's the kind of
Straight.
atmosphere I love to present to the table.
Real, real, real. No, you just all I can say, keep on grinding, man. Keep on pushing, and just keep on pushing all that same quality that you have, even if you do not have
Yeah,
completely what you have. You have because I mean, what are you gonna
what
do?
it
Sit
do?
around and wait, or you have to
Yeah,
keep
that's
on
what I'm
pushing?
saying.
You know,
That's what I'm talking
make it.
about.
Yeah, it's
I'm
better
finna get
you
my
doing
boy in here
something.
right now.
Work. Better
I'm
you
finna try
doing
to get my
something.
boy in right now. Let's see if I can get you on here, bro. I'm finna pull you in for the request.
All right, yo.
There it is. I was waiting on that shit to come in. So now, folks, before I get him started, EB, I want you
Yo.
to first things first. I'm gonna let you be introduced. I'm gonna be the first to let you know this man that's on this live with us right now is an
Yeah.
artist who
All right.
really to me needs no introduction, but he's one of the best artists to
Yeah.
skate through Beat of the Week and make motherfuckers really stop and listen to this nigga
Jeez.
shit. Like he
Jeez.
is that badass nigga that
Oh, for
goes
real.
by King Kelo. You know what I'm saying?
Hi,
Shout out to
man.
you, Big King.
Word.
Man, much love, brother. Much
Big.
love.
Appreciate you, man.
Man,
Yeah.
so I mean, just for the show, man, for the sake of the show, as you know, we are here. This is the Peasy Show, and I want everybody to know really who you is, man. So just go ahead and give them the rundown on who you are, where you from, and like how you just started with your whole music career.
I so as you said, I go by the name King Kelo. Um, I'm originally from Wichita, Kansas, but I moved to Texas when I was like 17, and
Okay.
I actually joined the army when I was 18 to get out and get free college. But
Salute.
I'm about to get out of that because I'm kind of blowing up with the music shit. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
chase my dreams, and run with
Yeah.
it. And so
that's a big
I actually
move.
started making music when I was like 17 professionally.
Okay.
And my first EP I've ever dropped, first 5 songs I've ever recorded.
Mm.
I got almost 250,000 streams on it on Spotify, and I
Sheesh.
featured on Desert Storm Radio, This Is 50, bunch of magazines and websites. And at that moment, I knew that I'm not
It's
doing nothing
about to
else in my life.
change.
But yeah,
It's about to change. It's about to
Yeah.
make a
Take
change, and
off.
it's time for you to start
Take off.
making that decision. And big
yeah,
up to you for that, man, because your career has definitely shown. And I've only seen the surface of what I seen from you doing your little tap ins on Beat of the Week. So from that aspect of it, I could tell that you are a very driven artist. You know what I'm saying? You really go for that goal
yeah,
when you go in on the music. So like I have nothing but respect and props to you for that aspect of it because that music, man, that I've ever like just from the samplets that I've heard from the little joints that I've caught on your Instagram, man, that shit is fire,
got you.
fire, like for sure, man. So
Appreciate you.
like your career bases you in like how long have you been writing? Like how long have you been writing music?
All right. So funny story. So I used to write like little stories because my mother, she's an author, and my dad, he used to, freestyle here and there. He's not a rapper, but he's freestyle.
Yeah.
So my mother, she used to write these books, and I was like 5 years old. I used to want to do the same thing. And so I used to write these little short stories about cars, like little kid stuff. And so
Yeah.
eventually I turned into poems, and I started writing poems. And then when I was like in second grade, I was in math class, and these teachers, they had these little CDs like that teach you
Yeah.
how to
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
math, and it was like times tables. So each, like,
Okay.
say times by zero, then they will have a little song about how to times by zero. Then they'll have one
Okay.
to times by ones and twos, and it'll just go on all the way up to nine.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so there's this one CD that I think it was times by five, and all my classmates said, "Hey, that kid sounds like you, Kaon," because that's what everybody called me when I was little, Kaon.
Uh.
So that sounds like you. They're like, you could rap. I'm like, I've never written music in my life, and so I was like, maybe I can write music. I'm writing poems, so let me try to write
Right.
music. And so I wrote
I
my
mean,
first
that's
song when
all
I
it
was like,
really is, poetry in motion.
yeah, I didn't know that. So I wrote my first song, well, little short verse when I was like 6. I showed my mother,
Right.
and she went nuts. She went crazy. So then I rap it for my classmates in like second grade, and my whole class cheered me on. It was a good feeling. So at that moment, I was
I
like,
believe
yeah,
it.
like I love the energy I can give somebody by
Yeah.
writing a song. I was like 7 years old, so that's when I officially started writing verses and lyrics when I was like 7.
That's what's up, man. Like that's what I'm saying, bro. Like to have started it from such a young place, you know what I'm saying, and
Yeah,
then taking it from that to move on to something like what you have going on right now, man. Like this is phenomenal, man. Like for real, because I mean, it really shows the growth in music and what you can really do if you focus on it. Because when I was in artistry and I started music, and I've been doing music my whole life pretty much, because my whole family has been engulfed in music some kind of way. Like my
facts.
father was in, he was a DJ. He played bass guitar. I got cousins that's DJs, and now they manage artists. And my grandmother, she's a headmaster in the choir and things of that nature. So like that kind of like bred into my upcoming and all of that stuff because of the music that they listen to. So it very much inspired me to be the artist that I am today. So like even without being able to see everything that's going on in the world today for up to the last 7 years that I've been blind, I still never changed that aspect of music and creation and how it's created. So I appreciate your work, man. Like that shit really shows like real work ethic and how to
Yeah,
motherfucker create songs and how to make motherfuckers really like feel your shit. So just for real ramification, I want people to know like where can they find your music if they're looking for you?
they can find it on any platform they listen to music on. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Deezer, Tidal, iHeartRadio. I'm on all platforms.
That's bust. That's big. That's
Also,
big.
if you
Big up to
also
you for that.
if you want the lyrics, I'm also on Rap Genius, so you can just type in, King Kilo lyrics, and my songs will pop up on there too if you want to know the lyrics.
Okay. No, that's what's up, man. Like, and I fucks with that, like, cause like that's the kind of level of music like I'm trying to get to. Like, I'm trying to get everybody to understand and like, how to break down my verses, how the shit really goes and stuff like
Yeah,
that. So I can get to a point where when we step on that stage, I could stand there and do one of these moves and shit like to the
yeah.
crowd, don't stand and
Me
have them
too.
reciting my
That
whole
shit's dope.
shit. And that's a
Feel
dope
good.
feeling, you know what I'm saying, to have that actual happen, you know what I mean? So like I seen times where like most of the superstar artists that we grew up emulating saying like they stepped out on their stage and that one song they go out there on stage with, they can literally stand right this to the with the mic out to the crowd and
They sing
everybody
the
be
whole
knowing they
song.
shit, sing the whole fucking song for them, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So that's real love though, you know what I mean? And that's real dedication to the music, because that really shows the effect that music has on people. So with
yeah,
that being the goal on things, right? Like I want to break into like as far as what we're talking about with your music. What are some of the key contexts that you like to speak on as far as like subject matter in your lyrics?
Um, Key things is usually my own experiences
Mm-hmm.
and experiences I think that my listeners and target audience can relate to.
Right.
So so usually it's, my struggles or, you know, being poor, broke, going through poverty or making a change or,
Mm-hmm.
being strong enough to do what you want to do in life. Or,
Right.
I still have these, club bangers here and there, but that's usually my target, go-to content to post a song.
That's what's up, man. And I appreciate you for that because that right there speaks a lot of volume more than, the shiny, flashy, flossy songs that you hear in the
Yeah,
clubs and stuff like that. Because to be honest with you, a song with context from a lyrical artist such as yourself is something that we need more of in this atmosphere of the world that we live in, especially on this side of the world we're in right now. It's just so much chaos and discomfort and injustice, unjust shit going on. It just needs a little bit of, it needs a little reality check, to be honest with you. And that's how I feel about it. But I mean, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? That's the kind of music I like to listen to, tuning in on, and I harp on a lot because at the end of the day, like when it comes to real artistry, man, you don't really get real artistry until you get that artist that's telling you every hard shit that they've been through. Like regardless
yeah,
of like you know, to hearing them, you know, on one track where they talking about shining on everything, but when you get to that one track where they talking about the shit that they've been through, the grimy shit that they've been through, the hardships that they've had to go through, that's when you really get to hear the heart of the artist. And to that, I mean, at least that's how it is to me. Like I listen to a lot of hard ass artists, man. And out of every artist that I've heard that I consider hard, like each of them have had a song that really makes you sit back and be like, man, I can remember them days, man. I've been there before. I know exactly what the fuck this nigga talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit make you be like, damn, yo, that nigga brought the story back to life. He brought this shit back to full circle to let people know, like, this is where you come from. You know, and you can never forget where you come from as opposed to where you're going to go forward. You know what I mean? Because it's a foot marker, you know? So I appreciate that. I appreciate that the information just in passing for knowing that, you know, you as a platform artist on the Beat of the Week scale have like really just been like, I'm like, when I first noticed you, like I've seen like you come in and you be just like, you don't do this you don't come on here all the time. And I could tell because like whenever you came on, it would be like months before like the last time you were on. So it'd be like, yo, dude came in and every time he comes in, he brings the flavor to the table. He lets people hear like, yo, listen, just because I'm not here don't mean that you fucking falling off. So that's one thing I have nothing but respect for when it comes to listening to your submissions on Beat of the Week. The platform definitely appreciates you, I'm sure, because of just the way that you come in with your charismatic characteristics, because you were nominated maybe a few months back, maybe 2 or 3 months back, you were on your last submission for Artist Pick of the Week. Although you didn't get it, I thought you were clearly one of the head runners for it. So, you know, at the end of the day, like, you know, it shows a lot of things to me, because that to me is where a lot of the artists that are really gem artists in the on that platform go, and they get slotted for that. Because like if you think about it, an artist pick in that platform from each, you know, from the artists that are selecting, there are artists that are selecting from a catalog of listed artists that really just stand out on the motherfucking platform. Because like if you think about it, that artist pick selection is some of the hardest fucking verses that have ever come off that platform on that week, you know. And to even be standing into that, you know, into that catalog of artists, man, and be, you know, a nominee is one thing, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? Like, I just know that for a fact that I could tell that you're not in it for, like, you know, the same reasons that a lot of the other artists that are going on that platform consistently are on it for.
I try to come
your
on
energy is on there for something else.
Yeah. I try to go in there as often as I can, try to show love for the platform, because I could go in there every week, try to win the money, but I really don't care too much about the money. I'm just there to you know, support Beat of the Week and the platform as a whole.
Yeah. And that's what's up, man, because like, at the end of the day, that's really where I'm at right now with it. Like the accolades I achieve along the way on that platform, like I show nothing but the utmost respect to the platform, because at the end of the day, before the platform, I didn't have nothing. I was kind of teetering on the idea of whether or not to consistently to stay with music. You know what I'm saying? So having that as a difficulty to face in life was more challenging. And then when Beat of the Week presented itself to me, I was like, what do I have to lose? This is a game. This is pretty much like a game. You know what I mean? It's probably about the only game that I have to contribute to, like when I'm doing shit on my phone. You know how everybody else has like Candy Crush and all kind of shit like that going on their phone that they could play. I have Beat of the Week. You know what I mean? So, and for me, it's been a game changer, more like a life revolving situation, because like it made a lot of things for me more possible, especially what I have going on now versus what I had before the platform came to light to me. So like, you know, my presence on the platform being as a consistent artist, like they just, you know, have had me, you know, featured in a lot of different segments on the show.
Yep.
where like I did the reactions with Trey Rell, where we were reviewing some of the artists from the week before, and then I got nominated for artist pick. Was trying to hit me up on Facebook because this is usually around the time he talked to me. But hell, I got things I'm doing right now. Intel, what's up, bro? I see Intel agent done stepped in, one of our Beat of the Week co associates. You know what I mean? So
Just a
it's just
few.
like, and that's one of the things. Like Beat of the Week has created a platform, a platform that when it comes to artistry, like there is none other that really like rocks a house like, you know what I'm saying, what the platform Beat of the Week has brought to the table, because it gives the artist a place to go, like to keep working on that craft and keep chalking it out, you know what I mean, as they figure out what they're going to do next in their career, you know.
Yeah.
And for me, like it's always been that foot marker, and then it's a networking tool, and then it's a community, you know, because each of us have at one point or another, all of the artists I've realized have communicated with each other, connected with each other in one way or another, turned that into a collaboration, networking with each other, where, you know what I mean, even the producers have gotten connected with other artists and, you know, taking more exclusive roles in their production for careers, you know, and it's just
Yes.
a big networking tool. So I mean, with that being the narrative that Beat of the Week has brought to the table, has Beat of the Week platform been any of these resources for you?
What was that?
I was saying, like, with the fact that Beat of the Week has such a vast majority of variations that it can use, that you can use it for, like the
Yes.
communication with other artists, networking, production for producers or whatever, what have you. Have you
Mhm.
used Beat of the Week's accessibility in that format where you connected with other artists from the platform or network with other producers?
Oh, yeah, of course. When I got invited to that cipher in Hollywood
Mm-hmm.
last year, I connected with a lot of the artists that was there, including E. I forgot Ellis, the artist.
Ellis, yep.
Yeah, Ellis, Mr. Bash himself,
Mm.
Trey Rail. I connected with a lot of the artists there, and I even I got a collaboration with Bash, and that song turned it out pretty fucking fire. So I also used the
Bash is that
platform as
dude.
like that. I actually used the platform as a little press release as well. So the
Yep.
platform made a little article for the collaboration me and Bash had. So we got that, and I haven't connected with any of the producers yet, but I'm actually currently sending producers to the app to have their beat featured on the platform themselves. So I'm
Right,
trying
right,
to,
right.
love triangle right now, sending people to Beat of the Week, getting people from Beat of the Week. So I'm just trying to do my best right now.
Oh yeah, that's what's up, man. And just like this conversation alone right now to me is crazy. Like it's almost surreal because like, you know, as you and I know, I've been trying to track you down for this interview for a while. Like so like
Yes,
I'm honored to actually have had you on this platform, and you know, just,
sir.
you know what I mean? Cause like, I don't know, like I noticed, like not realizing, you know, not trying to dig into your personal too much, but
Yeah,
I could tell kind of just from the way me and you were talking that I'm older than you by a little bit. So like
yeah,
just thinking on that level, like I got nothing but respect for you, man. Like, cause I mean, you really come a long way with your career, and you've taken it to a level where you should be, and it kind of reminds me of the level of in the music where I should have been at some point before this. You know what I'm saying? So you're
yeah.
definitely on the right route, on that right route, and you're taking all the right steps. So I mean, I commend you for doing this, man. Like that's a big thing, like, you know, for real. And as a word of advice, you know, for me, like just keep pursuing your goal, man, and don't accept nothing less than perfection, because
Most
you
definitely.
know at the end of the day that standpoint is going to showcase itself, you know. And you've been making all the right steps. Like I said, everything you put out that I've heard, every snippet that I've heard from your Instagram, definitely shows that, you know, when I hear the full content of it, it's going to be definitely explosive. So like I'm fucking with it. You for sure got a fan in me. So when you
For sure.
done
Appreciate it.
when we're done with this, if you could drop me a link to like maybe like if you have it on you like YouTube or Spotify or something, drop me a link
Uh-huh.
to your music and I'm gonna follow you there. Cause I'm all for that.
Okay.
I support every artist that comes through here, every artist that's been on this platform, the Peasy Show, man. We love to support the artists because this is what we do, man. Like this is what this platform, this is what the show is about. The show really like is sort of like a just sit down kind of lounge for artists like you and me to just sit down and chop it up and talk. You know, we have
Facts.
other artists that are viewing this and they sit down and they chill with us. And you know, at the end of the day, you know, it's 3 now. We might have 15 if it come down on a good day. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day,
Got it.
my whole thing is I like to just have a, you know, time where we can just sit down and be, you know, sit down, chop it up with the real artist and get to know
Most
what's really
definitely.
going on and what makes the artist that he is, you know, or she is, you know what I mean? Because that's the way it's supposed to be. Like when you talking to a person, like especially interviewing them, you want to know a lot of things, but you mainly want to get to a more of a lounge based kind of conversation with them where you just, you know, we just vibing, you know, and feeling the vibes of everything that's going on around us from each subject
Yeah.
that we deal with and,
To
you
a
know, and talking
conversation.
it down. Right. And keeping the rotation of the conversation going. So like, you know, for me, I'm based in more of a less a very sociable conversation with every artist and person that comes on the show. So I
Yes, sir.
appreciate having, you know what I mean, an artist like yourself on here, a distinguished artist like yourself, because like this is like a really huge thing for me. And if anybody in here listening knows this, you should be following this man if you don't. You know what I'm saying? True story. Because like King Kelo, let me say that respectfully. King Kelo, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like is by far one of the illest artists I've seen coming off of like just the music scene of fresh faces that doesn't give you that little Migos feeling like every time you hear it. Like cause like they got so many artists out here like that. And it's so easy to make songs like that, you know, and it leaves
Too easy.
nothing to the music, you know, world of creativity. And for me,
Yeah.
like when we hear artists like you and myself and there's a few other artists that are on the same level like Intelligent and King Creole and these other artists, you know what I mean, that are from the platform that I've seen that really just give you just the originality of what hip hop and industry music is really supposed to be looking like instead of what it's looking like now. It's just it creates that bubble of like, listen, these are guys that really know what their sounds like and what the sound should be. You know what I mean? Like it's a real serious thing, and we like to, you know, just you know acknowledge these people. Like me personally, that's what I do for the show. I do this, you know, to acknowledge the artist. You know what I'm saying, and take inventory exactly on the fact that each of these artists are unique and they permit something special to the industry that people just
Facts.
ain't paid attention to in a long time. They've lost interest in so many ways because of all this other stuff cluttering the industry waves. So for me, like it's a breath of fresh air to have an artist like yourself come on here and really just bring back that essence of hip hop and what music used to be. You know what I mean?
Yep. Trying to keep
So
the real hip hop alive.
that's what it is. That's what it is. So much love to you for that, man. And any new projects going on right now? Anything you got new coming out? Anything that's already out for us that we might want to be looking out for?
I just dropped a album, 7-song album back in I think it was December. So right now I'm letting that soak in.
December.
I got a daughter on the way, so I'm kind of
All
taking
right.
a little break.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it. I'm kind of taking a break from the music right now, focusing on my kid. But
Yeah,
I'm still
that's what's
writing.
up.
I'm still working on some stuff. I just won't be dropping anything anytime soon. But you know, by the end of this year or around beginning of next year, I'll definitely have some heat for everybody to, you know, tap
Oh,
into.
most definitely. Once you get yourself accustomed to the fatherhoods of life, you'll figure it
Yeah,
out because you're gonna get yourself
yeah,
under a
yeah,
routine by then. So that's
most
all
definitely.
good, man. That's much love to you, man. I appreciate that, man. And I want to say
Yeah,
congratulations again on your new coming. You know, so I
appreciate
mean,
it.
shit,
Thank
man.
you.
That's a lot of progress going on, man. You
Yes.
have anything like merchandise out that you want to let everybody know about?
Yes, I do. I actually have my own clothing brand. It's called Sign Yourself. And I can type in the Instagram on here. It's called
Yeah,
Sign
if you put in the link for it, I'll tag it on. I'll pin it to the comment.
Dope.
I'll pin the comment.
All right, boom. That's the Instagram. It's called Sign Yourself. The whole purpose behind the name and the brand is that a lot of artists want to, you know, be signed to a record label, and they want, you know, kind of the easy way up to, you know, stardom. But really, I feel like if you be your own CEO and your own boss, then you own
Mm-hmm.
100% of everything that you've ever
Everything.
accomplished. Yeah, everything you've ever accomplished. So if you be your own, and then not just
Absolutely.
this isn't just with music. This is just with anything. So like instead of, you
Yeah, with
know,
anything.
yeah, instead of working for somebody, you can be your own boss. So that's what I'm trying to get with my brand, is teaching people to be their own CEO and their own boss and entrepreneur, and you know, signing their self into life instead of signing to a record
Right.
label, to, you know, someone working for them, or you work for them.
Now that's kind of what that's the kind of thing that I like to hear about, especially because that's called generational wealth. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's called how to generate generational wealth. Because anybody that is in the industry and is an artist in the industry knows that if you're in the mainstream industry and you're a mainstream artist, at the end of the day, people have to really take things into advisory. When an artist is
Yes.
given a contract for $1 million or $10 million, most of the time they are not investing that money the right way.
They're
And this
not.
is how the industries take and make you a slave to their incorporate to their businesses, because they can take your contract and manipulate you to be the artist that markets for them and makes them double, triple the money while you're paying back the $10 million that you got from their first contract with you.
Yep.
See what I'm saying?
And not to,
And by that
not to
time,
mention,
they've tossed you down so many different rabbit holes that you're now in that $10 million turned into probably $50 million by the end of the year,
yep.
because you're using
Now
the
you're just the
resources
industry
they
sucker.
gave you to try to maximize on your outreach to get that money back.
Yep.
So, I mean, at any given time, people just have to really take in the idea of knowing that when an artist is out there on that grind to get money, and it's easy to say that, oh man, he's dope. But when you say that this artist is dope, not just because his music is dope, because that's one thing, but this artist is dope because he's self-sufficient. He works, for
Yeah.
himself. He built his business from the ground up. He has nobody to look up to and say that I owe this person this for this multi-million-dollar contract that he just made out with another company or something like that as a collaborative deal. But all of this shit says a lot, you know what I mean, about a person's
Yeah.
character and what they do, you know what I mean? And to be honest with you, in the business side of that, um, people who aren't, you know what I mean, set up the way they should be have to take it to account. And I'm one of those people, like, I can't lie. I say, like, you know what I mean? I need to be probably, investing in your brand at this point, because at this, you know what I mean, with everything going on in this world today, as an artist myself, I can't lean on the fact that, my music is going to make, my living. You know, so at the end of the day, each artist has to keep in mind that, you know, music is not the sole source of the way you're going to survive in this industry. You have to have
Yeah.
multiple sources of income coming in
Multiple persons
in order to
definitely.
sustain you. Yeah, because like the royalties
That's a good
come every
point.
quarter. The royalty claims
Yeah,
come every quarter of the year. You know what I'm saying? That's every 4 months. So that means you got to figure something out between that time.
most definitely.
You know, so at the end of the day, like that's you know, that's the kind of move that I'm trying to be engulfed in right now. So I appreciate you even bringing that to the light. That's the kind of thing
Most
that I
definitely.
like to hear. And this live will definitely reflect that, because like we like to, you know, enlighten minds, and that's one of the things that drove me to driving people to the slogan that I use all the time. So like when niggas
Yeah.
hear my shit and they hear me say I bite all the time, it's like I don't say I bite because it's a nice catchy word. You know what I'm saying? Like I say it for that reason, but hell, I say it also because, you know, um I want people to know that I bite stands for I bring it to existence. And you should be encouraged to bring whatever you're choosing to do in life to existence, and be positively charged to do so in any format that you choose. So as long as it's productive and positive, and when it comes to creating music, there's nothing negative about it until you make it negative. So, you know, at this point in life, I have nothing but the utmost respect for you because of how you presented yourself as an artist on the platform, and just in general. When I hear you rhyme, man, your shit is just ill. Your shit is ill. Like if there was a way to scale it, like from 0 to 100, nigga, you'd be past that already. Like, you know,
Appreciate
and
it.
that's just being honest with you. I have nothing but the utmost respect for your skills, man. Cause like
Appreciate
for
you.
somebody like, you know what I mean, like myself, I've been, you know, 36 years running and shit in life, and I've been trying to motherfucking keep up with artists like you, man. Like it's like shit. I don't know if I'm gonna still be able to do this shit, but it's like it's artists like you also that keep me inspired to keep pushing that
Yes.
music out there. So like I love it. I love it. I love every minute of it. So it's nothing but love and respect to you, bro. And yeah, man, like I feel like anybody that's tuning into this show right now and that's tuning into this right now, y'all need to keep up with this man, because King Kelo is bringing y'all raw shit. If y'all want to hear some real shit that's not that same auto-tune choppy shit you hear on the damn radio all the time, please tune in to King Kelo and follow him at I am King Kelo on Instagram, yo, and tune in with all of that good shit that he got going on over there. Check out his brand, you know what I'm saying? Fuck with him and show, like, let him walk you through the production and how to be your own boss, man. Like that's a real serious move, and that's something that you
Most
really
definitely.
get connected with. If anything, accept the advice that's going to be given from somebody that's actually going to walk you through the real ways to doing shit, because he's on the right path right now. So nothing but love to that, man. And
Most
I
definitely. I love
appreciate you for
that.
taking time, man. I appreciate you for taking the time to stop in and do the show with me today, man. So I mean, if there's
Appreciate you
anything
for
else
having me
you
on
want to
here, man.
say, yeah, if there's anything else you want to say before you take off, man, I'm not gonna hold you any longer than you have.
No, you know, anything but, you know, appreciate you for having me on here. Anybody watching, y'all can DM me, hit me up. We can talk about you getting your own business started, getting your music career pushed forward. Anything you want to do in life, I can help you with. Shout out for my man Peasy. You know, he was talking about how all these other artists on the platform, every time they drop a video, they come with the fire, but I can tell how humble he is because he don't, you know, he also comes with fire every time he uploads a video, and you know he failed to, you know, put light to that. So I'm gonna put light on it, and you know, let you guys know that
Thank you.
this man is a fire artist too. So yeah, man, appreciate you for having me on here.
Ain't nothing to it, man. Man, I appreciate you for being a guest on my show, man. That just adds one more artist to the platform, to being a part of this collective that I have going on the show. So I just really appreciate you for being a part of that collection, man, because you're an iconic artist
So
for me on the platform, for real, bro. Like you're one of those artists that I don't care where I go, I'm always gonna be tuning in if you're on that if you're performing, or if you're playing, or if you got something playing on there. So I'm listening. And please believe I'm always supporting because you are a dope artist and you deserve that respect, man. So salute to you,
Appreciate you.
salute to all that you do, man. And appreciate you for being a part of the show, man.
Appreciate you as well, man.
All right, man. Take it easy, bro. I'll check up with you later, man. We'll chop it up, man. Don't forget to drop me that DM on that information too.
I got you.